Namaste, everyone, and welcome to August 1st for Anchor to Light Meditation. And so here we are. This is a special month for us because August 15 is the day of my teacher's birthday. And we always honor that. Just want to start out with this, with a 31-day meditation challenge. And we just show it to you very quickly. So every single day, if you have the link there, the link should be a little easier to see. One second, let me just fix it. Yeah, just go to mastercode.org/meditation/challenge. And that's going to be something that, I can make sure this works. All right, so what we try to do is have you have a pattern, basically a pattern to follow day by day in your meditational practice. Although we're here for Anchor to Light, how many times are we here anyway? Six times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 and 6 p.m., 10 a.m., 6 p.m. This one with a meditation challenge is every single day. It is recorded, I want to let you know that. And it's essentially a different topic for every day. For example, Monday is for emotional healing. Okay, Wednesday is... I don't know, this list I don't have it in front of me. But every single day is different. That way you have a pattern you can follow day in, day out. You just press play, depending on what day it is. So by the time 31 days is over, you've done your spiritual practice that affects you, everything from your health, your relationships, your finances, your health, and your spiritual connection. All right? Just want to put it out there. Again, you just go to mastercode.org/meditation-challenge. All right. So today, the topic is actually quite simple. The true path. It's a Zen story. I've been reading on it and I've been reflecting on it, meditating on it, whatever you want to use. And it's quite interesting because oftentimes we have certain perceptions on what our spiritual path and our earthly life path is. So I'll just read the story to you. That way I don't screw it up. Okay? Let's get it out of the way. Anyway, these are Zen names, not Zen names, Japanese teachers' names. So I'll do my best to pronounce them. I don't speak Japanese other than Honda, Toyota, and maybe Hitachi. So I'll do my best. Just before Ninakawa passed away, the Zen master Ikkyu visited him. And Ikkyu said, "Shall I lead you on?" In other words, this guy's about to pass. The teacher says, "Do you want me to lead you on into the light?" Essentially what he's saying. This Ninakawa replied, "I came here alone, I go alone. What help could you give to me?" Pretty arrogant guy, I guess, huh? So the teacher said, "If you think you really come and go, that is your delusion. Let me show you the path on which there is no coming and going." And with these words, Ikkyu had revealed the path so clearly that Ninakawa smiled and passed away. Okay, some of you go, what the heck are you talking about? So there's this guy, just summarized in everyday English, there's this guy who's dying. So the teacher came by and says, "Would you like me to lead you into the light?" And this arrogant kid or person said, "Oh, I came here alone, I go alone. What is there for you to lead me to?" And the teacher said, "Yeah, that's the delusion you have. You're not really coming and going. There's only one path," right? So, what is the teaching here? It's something like this. Whether you like it or not, as the Lord Buddha said, everything is subject to change. There's always a cycle. There's a cycle of birth and the cycle of death, or what you call dropping of the body. So what is happening here is the teacher is trying to tell the student, you might have the perception that you're coming or going. Right? When you came into the body, you left the body, there's a movement, there's a timeline. That is only happening in the lower worlds. And this is going to be a little bit more, let's just say, out there. So we'll go ahead and discuss it a little further. But before we do that, let's ask for a blessing so what comes out of my mouth has minimal distortion. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, personally to my teacher, Master Tokok Sri Mahaguji Meiling, we thank you for divine light, divine love, Thank you for your guidance, help, healing, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, let me just move the mic a little closer because outside they're doing garden work in this office complex, and the guy who has the blower just loves playing with it. All right, hope you can still hear me. Yeah, and the guy in there, they do a leaf blower. They love playing it like a kid. He just enjoys it. All right. Anyway, so I'm bringing the mic closer, so hopefully that will minimize the noise. So again, the perception is the soul is born into a body, and then the soul leaves the body. So there's a perception that of coming and going. And again, it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of, that's one of the things that Einstein said in the theory of relativity. What is happening is dependent on, is relative to the person observing. So from the physical viewpoint, you're observing child is born, and at some point, the body dies. And unless you just don't believe in the spiritual world, most people say, okay, the person's here, the person's left. They're describing the spiritual self. However, if you look at it from the big picture, that's one of the reasons why I picked this one, was to meditate on it. Here, the Zen master, Ikkyu, was actually saying, if you think you really come and go, that is the delusion, it's because we have a perception that something's going in and leaving like this. Yeah? That is perception in the lower world. As far as the soul, the spiritual self is concerned, that's actually not what is happening. So to oversimplify, again, because of time, and I know a lot of you are new, I don't want to make it way too complicated. Imagine the soul is pure energy, okay, which it is. When we always start with the same thing. When I say move your arm, move your body, what are you doing? I'm moving my body. Who's moving it? I am. I said feel happy, feel angry, feel sad, feel joyful. What are you doing? I'm feeling these things. So the soul is creating these feelings of positive or negative emotions. When I say think of an apple, a car, a house, the soul is creating these thoughts. So when you say who's the mover, who's the feeler, and the thinker, you say I am. So that I am is the soul or the spiritual self. Okay? Now, so this spiritual self is made of pure energy. As in just, easiest thing to do is just brilliant light. Okay? But brilliant light with a certain level of consciousness and intelligence. So this soul, this spiritual self, in order to learn lessons, has to experience physical touch, physical pleasure, and physical pain. That's why he has a physical shell, a physical body. He needs to experience emotions, so he needs to have an emotional body, or what you call the astral body, to create feelings and receive feelings. Same thing with a mental body, to create thoughts and receive thoughts. So this soul entering or putting a portion of itself into a body, emotion, mental shell is a perception of incarnation. Carne, in Spanish, is meat or is flesh. In, out. If you ever watch Sesame Street, go in, come out, right? It's a perception of movement through a certain space. So as far as the incarnated soul or the lower portion of the soul that is functioning in the lower worlds in the earthly life, there is the movement of things coming in and out. Okay? Now, when the body dies, the soul does not really disappear and go somewhere else. It's just a matter of what is called a withdrawal. So let's talk about it. Imagine my entire body right now is the soul, just to make it easy. You can see my friend again. Okay. So imagine my entire body is just the brilliant light, the soul. In order to experience physical touch, emotions, and thoughts, I put a portion of myself. Imagine I'm light. Imagine the light now puts a portion of itself into a physical, emotional, mental shell to function in the material world. Right? Think of how to get cookie, desire that cookie, and eat the cookie. But once that lifetime is over, the soul withdraws itself from the shell, like taking off clothes. But nothing changed with the soul, the higher soul. Make sense? The main soul, not going anywhere. It just puts a portion of itself to learn the lessons. Okay, that's good enough. Drop the vehicle. It's just like you get into a car, get into a car. Make sense? So as far as the soul is concerned, the higher soul, that's what it's called, the higher soul or the higher self, there is no coming and going. That's what the teacher is talking about. But the student was perceiving it from the body. So from perceiving it from the body, it's like, I came into this world, I'm leaving. But in reality, what is perceived as coming and going, is just simply a portion of the self that went in, came out. Nothing changed here. Now, why is this part of the lesson very, very important? Some of them. The obvious one is it gives comfort to people who have lost loved ones. Right? Let's start from the bottom here. So, on the material level, all of us have lost family members. Our perception is they left. So, you can connect with them. You can talk to them through the physical form, the emotions. You feel their emotions, their thoughts. That's physical form. So when the body dies, what happens? They lose that instrument to communicate with you in the physical life. So that is the perception the student is having of passing. So by understanding what we just shared with you now, at least there's a certain level of comfort that says, they never really left. They just drop. In other words, they're still there, but they just simply drop the vehicle or the instrument to communicate with you. It's just like somebody's talking to you in a microphone. Hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 so on, so on, so on. And then when they put down the microphone, they never went anywhere. It's just that they put down the instrument to communicate with you. So somehow, that gives comfort to a lot of people. So you talk to people who have lost loved ones that are very close to them. After the pain, the grief, they said, I know they're always with me. And it's not just one of those spiritual mumbo jumbo. Part of them is to comfort themselves, but on the spiritual level, they know that it's true. So that's one level. Another reason this lesson is important is because the soul, the spiritual self, is always there. It's not coming, it's not going, it's always there. The I is always around, and it's constantly learning. So the more we do our meditation spiritual self, the more we realize who we really are, and that we're not really going and coming. We're constantly here. That's what you call mindfulness, being present. Make sense? Now, to take it to a higher level, if each one of us is a being of light, and we always use this analogy, if you're in a room and you have 10 people, and everyone strips off their physical form, emotional, mental form, what's left is just being of light. A being of light. So if that being of light is radiating light everywhere, and all 10 beings of light are, when you zoom out and look at the room, all you see is what? Light. Like all the lights merge as one. Now, why is that important? Because when you understand that you are a being of light, you're neither coming and going, that you're always here, and so is every person, every being around you, then you realize the entire universe is essentially made of pure light. That's what you call oneness. You see the progression? Most people, their perception is only in the things they can see, feel, and touch. Spirituality is going beyond what is tangible to the intangible. It is only to the intangible that you experience who you really are and your connection with the universe. That's it. That's the lesson of the teaching. That's the story. So let me repeat it to you. Just before Ninakawa passed away, the Zen master Ikkyu visions, shall I lead you on? In other words, let you experience who you really are, back to the light, right? To experience who you are. The arrogant person said, I came here alone and go alone. What help could you possibly give to me? The teacher said, if you really think you come and go, that is your delusion. Delusion is basically a wrong perception. Let me show you the path on which there is no coming going. There's no coming going. You're always around. Now, let's take it one step further. How does mindfulness work? Mindfulness, true mindfulness, okay? I understand a lot of you have apps to do mindfulness meditation, and it's a buzzword in corporate America or wherever you guys are. Mindfulness, mindfulness. It's good. Now, what is real and true mindfulness? It's super simple. True mindfulness is simply the spiritual self observing what's happening in the material world, the emotional world, and the mental world. That's mindfulness. So, well, I was taught I was supposed to be mindful when I'm eating. That I should chew every grain, chew every whatever, and that's mindfulness. And when I'm working, I should be very mindful just only on what I'm supposed to do and not be distracted by people who like to waste my time yakking. All that is still falling in the same category of observation. So when you're eating and you're practicing mindfulness eating, not stuffing yourself with French fries and whatever else, you have to go this far, but just to put it in perspective, the spiritual self is observing the body, and as the body is eating this food, it's using the body to experience, just really, really experience what the food tastes like, and just meditating on how it will maintain and sustain the body, for example. Or when you're at work, you have to focus. You have to be mindful. Same thing. The spiritual self, the soul, is observing, okay, this is the task at hand. I need to make my physical body sit in a certain way, make my emotions and thoughts be aligned to put my focus on this. That's that. That's mindfulness. So, true mindfulness is basically the soul observing and then directing the body, the emotions, and thoughts accordingly. That's mindfulness. Because the soul's not going anywhere. You're always around. The eye is always around. It's just a matter of where the eye direct its focus. Where it's directed is what you call mindfulness. It's not like, oh, I'm going somewhere to be mindful, coming back. Oh man, I was so spaced out. Now I have to be mindful. Basically, being spaced out essentially means the soul is now perceiving the higher worlds, not the lower worlds. All the soul has to do is, okay, turn the camera to the physical world. Okay, I better take care of my body. I better take care of my relationship, take care of my work. It's still the same observer. Never went anywhere. So that's the true path. The true path is there is no path. You're not going or coming. You always are. That's why it's called you are being. You're just being here. Simultaneous being here, being everywhere. That's it. Crazy simple. And some of you going, what did you just say? All right, let's do the meditation so you have a better perception of what we're talking about. Okay? I think the blower guy got tired of playing with his toys. Okay, it's a little quieter. All right. You ready? Let's ask for blessings. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Tohok Sui Mahaguju Mailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light, and soothing, healing energy. We thank you for all the blessings in all areas. In full faith, so be it. All right, ready? Take your left hand, gently tap your chest. Take your right hand, tap your crown. Put your hand like this. You wear your crown. I am that. Basically, you're saying, I am that soul, the being of light, okay? And then you just break it down a little further. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotions. I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul that uses the body, uses the emotions and thoughts. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I've always been connected to my higher soul. I am that. That I am. I am connected in one to the divine spark within me. I am a child of God, meaning we're still growing and evolving. I'm one with God. I'm one with all. There is only oneness. Just be still. I am that. Just listen to my voice. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. You're not the body. You're the soul. You're not any of your emotions. You're the soul. You're not any of your thoughts. You're the soul. You, the soul, are a spiritual being of divine intelligence that regulates your mind, spiritual being of divine love to regulate your feelings, spiritual being of divine power to regulate the actions and movements of your body. That is your true nature. The soul, the spiritual self. You're one and connected to your higher soul. You're one and connected to the divine spirit, the divine spark in you. You are a child of God, you're one with God, you're one with all. There's only oneness. Just be still and allow your consciousness to just drift above your crown on its own. Go beyond the physical form and experience your true nature. Some of you might see a brilliant light. Some of you can visualize that brilliant light way above your head, closer to the ceiling. Or just be. Let things happen on its own. Let go. Experience your true being, a being of pure energy and light. To raise your frequency further, just be still and listen. Om. 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 Be still. Gently, slowly, come back to your body. Gently move your fingers and your toes. Gently and slowly come back. All right. Even if you experience just 30 seconds of that stillness, that silence and that stillness is a glimpse of your true nature. It is from that perspective you are able to observe unbiased. Because right now, without any form of meditation or spiritual practice, our entire aura is filled, populated with thoughts and emotions from ourselves and for other people. So when you look at anything, and when you're trying to be mindful of anything, it's all through a filter of all these thoughts and emotions. Make sense? But even in that short meditation, if you experience even just 30 seconds of silence, that was about 2.5 minutes of silence. In that 2.5 minutes, even if you just took 30 seconds, really became still and quiet, some of you go, wow, I just feel so free. Because essentially what you're doing, you went like this. You temporarily went like this and get a glimpse of who you really are. Imagine if you extend that meditation longer and do it on a regular basis. You get to observe. Oh, interesting. And then you get to choose. Oh, I want to experience that happy feeling. I want to experience this. Everything is now a choice of the soul rather than things just happening to you. You get to decide how you respond to the world. That's it. It's that simple. So it's interesting. The lesson today is both simple as well as very profound. Okay? Anyway, I intentionally made the meditation shorter for the simple reason of this guy's at it again. Okay, no, I'm kidding. It's for you to really reflect, on the lesson. Sometimes we have a tendency to make your brain explode, which I love doing. I think this time it's important enough that you just chill and just understand, who am I? Who am I? We get so busy with life, we forget to just step aside. Who am I? What is my purpose here? That's called inner reflection. Okay? So tonight, we'll continue for the second Anchor to Light meditation in 7 hours and 13 minutes. And we'll talk about giving and receiving. And the title is actually quite interesting. The title is The Giver Has to Be Thankful. Now, most of the time we say what? The receiver has to be thankful. But the deeper lesson is the giver is getting more out of it than the receiver. Mind-boggling. All right, so just a quick reminder again, if you haven't already, please join us for the 31-day meditation challenge. It's happening at mastercode.org/meditation-challenge. Anyway, just go to mastercode.org, it should be there. And I posted it on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media. And it's free. The most powerful English word, free. It doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is to have the commitment to do this practice for yourself. And then before we start on the second session tonight, I'll enumerate why the 7 days is so different from each other. Because see, each day of the week has its own frequency. And that's why we try to match the meditation specifically for that day. For example, Monday is emotional healing. Okay, Thursday is for prosperity healing. Friday is relationship healing. I'll give you a clue. Monday is connected to the moon. Moon goes up, it controls the tides that go up and down. What do emotions do? Go up and down. Thursday is connected to Jupiter. Jueves, right? Jupiter. Expansion and growth. Money and expansion and growth. Friday in Spanish is viernes, actually connected to Venus. Love, connection, that is for relationship healing, and so on and so on. I'll give you a rundown on that tonight before we go into the meditation. That's why we do it. We don't just do things randomly. Everything has a purpose. Simultaneously, the inner secrets are being shared with you so you can really benefit from it. Okay, let's give thanks. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, thank you. To my teacher, Master Chokoksui Mahaguju Jumeling, thank you. In full faith, so be it. Okay, I'll drop you a little more, one more secret. Tuesday is for physical healing. Why? Tuesday in Spanish is martes, or connected to Mars, the god of war. Well, if your body can't get out of bed, who are you going to fight? So tomorrow, the energy of Tuesday is to strengthen your physical body. That's why for Tuesday, of that 31-day challenge, which is 7 days and just you keep repeating it, Tuesday is for physical healing, to strengthen your physical body. That's it. We don't just pick it. Okay, today we're doing this healing. Tomorrow we do that healing. No, everything is planned. That's the genius of my teacher. I don't take credit for it. All I'm doing is taking his teachings and applying it to give it to the masses so that everybody's consciousness will be raised. Namaste, everyone. You all take care, and we will see you for Anchor Light Part 2 for Monday, August 1. God bless. Take care. See you then.